we saw the writing on the wall. Tesla was poised for success. Back in 2014, when I was just graduating high school, it was obvious to me. The future of vehicles is electric. It was simply a matter of time. Shortly after, Tesla's share price rose to over $400. Over the last few years, there's been a ton of skepticism over Tesla and whether they will make it. In 2019, the share price dropped to well below $200. This was due to two major factors. One, short sellers were being interviewed left and right. Every negative possible thing that people could come up with, they aired it. And they broadcasted it on TV and put as much doubt over Tesla as possible. In addition to that, Tesla just beforehand had had two positive quarters where they had made money. The two next quarters, Q1 and Q2 of 2019, they lost money 2 times in a row. All these factors combined really depressed the price of Tesla and cast a lot of doubt, and everyone started to lose a lot of faith. Today, I'm up over 200%. I put my money in at 235. As we speak, we're at 725-ish. Since 2014, I've been a novice investor, putting in what I could as I went along. Being in college, you don't have a lot of extra change. When I saw the opportunity to get into Tesla, I took it. Sure, it was a little bit late. I didn't buy at the bottom of the market, but no one ever does. But I did enough research to know that Tesla was way undervalued, and this was the opportunity to get in. As a result, I used the opportunity to gobble up as much Tesla stock as I could at 235. Without further ado, this is why Tesla will win. Tesla just became profitable. In the coming months and years, we're going to see several major developments take place. The Tesla Semi is likely to come out in 2020. This is a huge game changer, and it's been seen everywhere. There's been testing going on. People have been driving it. Tesla's been driving it in cold weather, making sure it's ready to go. The Cybertruck has no less than 250,000 pre-orders. This is a bare minimum. It's highly likely at this point in time that the pre-order count is above 500,000. On April 20th, 2020, also known as Tesla Battery Day, Tesla will likely announce several impressive developments, including the declining cost per kilowatt hour of batteries, the increased density, the safety, and the efficiency of their batteries. And we may even hear about the million-mile battery that's been up and coming. In 2019, Tesla made 2 strategic purchases. They bought Hybar Systems, a company that focuses on battery manufacturing, and Maxwell Technologies, which have already made announcements for their new dry cell battery technology, which decreases the manufacturing time and increases the battery density, has increased durability and extended life, even possibly up to 2 times. All of these things, coupled with the fact that the last 4 out of 6 quarters were profitable for Tesla, means that Tesla is poised to win. Tesla dominates. In 2019, Tesla took 80% market share of fully electric vehicles. This was a huge deal. This means that if 100 vehicles were sold, 80 of those vehicles were Teslas. And this is by and large due to the Tesla Model 3, which people went mad for in 2019. Often, skeptics cite the 2% of electric vehicles which currently are on the road compared to all the other vehicles that are on the road in the United States. And while, yes, 2% is tiny compared to the whole, what people don't understand is this is exactly what happened with the adoption of cars from horses. It started out where there was very little adoption in the beginning, but it was growing massively year over year. If we look at the historical data of when Ford came out with their first affordable vehicles, they started taking off. They took over a market share which was developing. And this is exactly what Tesla is doing. They have 80% market share in 2019. Suppose this goes on for another 10 years and the market share grows and grows. I don't think it's that unlikely that 95% of new cars and trucks being sold in 2030 will be completely electric. 95% of cars being sold in 2030 will be fully electric. Some people think this is extremely bullish. I don't think so. But suppose that's true. If only 25% of the market share goes to Tesla, that's between 12 and 20 million vehicles each year that Tesla sells to the public. Let that sink in for a moment. Right now, we are just under 400,000 in 2019. 2020 is supposed to be around 500,000. But in 2030, that could mean that if they take 25% market share, and let me remind you, they have 80% now. If they took 25% in 2030 and 95% of new cars and trucks being sold are fully electric, then between 12 and 20 million vehicles will be sold by Tesla. Keep in mind that New York City went from, in 1900, almost no cars and almost all horses to almost all cars and almost no horses in about 15 years, give or take. And Ford sold almost all of them. Back in about 2006, Tesla released their master plan. They were going to build a sports car. They did it. That was the Roadster. Then they were going to use the money they made from that sports car to build an affordable car. That was the Tesla Model S. Then they used that money, they said they were going to use that money to build an even more affordable car. That's the Tesla Model 3. While doing all of the above, Tesla also said they would provide zero-emissions electric power generation options. Tesla executed on every one of these points. Here we are in 2020. They've done all of those things. They bet the farm on the Model 3, and it worked. They are miles ahead of the competition, and they've got a far better product than anyone else. They're ready to take over the world with electric vehicles. This video is already long enough, so I'm going to keep the next part quite short. Tesla is emerging into the solar market. Back in 2019, Tesla had to bet the farm on the Model 3, and it worked. However, that was to the detriment of their solar business, which they had to divert resources away from, ensure proper execution of the Model 3. Now it's 2020, and Tesla's hiring across the country for installers for their new solar roof. They're ready to implement their ecosystem, which is electric power generation, electric power storage, electric power transportation. This ecosystem that you may have heard about. The solar business is going to take off. Version 3 of the solar glass roof is the best shingled roof that money can buy. It doesn't even make sense to buy a different roof. The solar glass roof, even if it weren't producing electricity, is more durable and cheaper than another roof. On top of these other developments, Tesla has got the best lead on self-driving, and it's likely they'll achieve full self-driving by 2021. However, it isn't unlikely that it might take till 2023. Either way, it's highly likely that Tesla will be the first one to cross that finish line. And then it's just to the moon after that. True full self-driving will revolutionize the automotive industry like antibiotics revolutionized the medical industry at the time. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. Now I have a question for you. Do you like this style? What do you think about a video on why Tesla will lose? What do you want to hear about next? How about you? Do you own Tesla stock? Like this video if it was helpful to you. Anything you can give me is valuable insight for the future of this channel. This was Stephen D. with Financial Independence. Thank you all and have a great day.